Welcome back to Press Here. If I could, I'm going to ask our director Eva to bring our theme music back for just a second. Okay, so true story. The name of the piece you're hearing right now is called What the Hell Happened? I don't know why our music service named it that, but I thought you would like that bit of trivia. When we started this show 11 years ago, our music service provided me with more than 150 choices of theme music, and I sat on a plane with a hard drive, just skipping from song to song, going nope, 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 until, okay, Eva, one more time. Just right. I bring this up because the choice of music affects what people think. Press Here comes right after Meet the Press, so we tried to match the horns in John Williams' score for the Meet the Press Open, kind of tie them together. Research shows music used in an exercise class can inspire people to perspire. Crazy in Love voted the top exercise song of all time. Jump Around, The House of Pain came in second. And I think you know this song. This is Rhapsody in Blue. Music can help a company identify its brand. I don't think you think of Rhapsody in Blue by Gershwin without thinking of airplanes when you hear this song. Lauren Pufpaf is Chief Operating Officer at Feed FM, which helps companies find the right song for their customers. Her clients include Fitbit, the Golden State Warriors, and American Eagle. Thanks for being with us this morning. I find that fascinating. I mean, we've known about Muzak for years and years, you know, the stuff that, the elevator music that stores pipe in, but of course they don't anymore. Tell me what American Eagle Outfitters, what kind of song fits them?
Well, it's interesting. So to your point, music and retail have always gone together, but now retailers know so much more about their customer. You know, it's when you go into a retail store and they ask you, do you want your receipt emailed to you or printed? It's not because they're trying to save trees, right? So retailers are really trying to tie your in-store behavior to your online behavior because they know so much more now. So they know who you are, what you listen to, what you like, how old you are, and when you're likely to be in the store. So there's actually a lot of sophistication that goes into music selection in a retail environment now, much more so.
And it's not just, you know, top 40 stuff. I mean, it's not just the obvious stuff.
Right.
It can be very obscure indie bands that otherwise probably would never be heard.
Absolutely. If discovery and being on the cutting edge is important to your brand, then it's very much about things that you haven't heard and remixes and finding ways to get a little bit of street cred from what they choose in store.
So the Golden State Warriors, their theme song, how do you come up with an idea for them, and who do you talk to there, and what are they trying to project? I mean, it's kind of a follow-up to what Scott, but I'm just kind of curious, like an NBA team, I don't know what
do we sound like?
Right.
Yeah.
So we actually work really closely with their in-arena DJ D Sharp, who is all about creating that energy during the game. And so our job is to take that and bring it into their app so that fans, when it's not game day, can still feel that energy and get pumped and read stats and listen to the same music to get that.
Are you looking for music that already exists that you've licensed for the Warriors, or is it ever original? Something that you
some
create
of both. So actually, when it comes to sports teams, in the last 2 years or so, there's been a big trend around hometown heroes creating custom tracks for their teams. So E40 in the East Bay did a custom track for the Warriors, for example. So it's a little bit of both. It's, you know, what's unique and original is really going to capture the fans' hearts locally. And then also there are things like Jump Around that just everybody loves.
It's so obvious.
It always works. It always works.
Wisconsin football, I always think about that. I mean, it's
it always
associated
works.
with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What kind of music do your fitness clients like? I want to know what is going to help me get a better workout.
Yes, no, absolutely. Well, so it's interesting. So we just did a big consumer survey, like 1,000 people across the country, asking them about their exercise and music habits. And 66% of people said they would skip a workout altogether if they couldn't listen to music. So if you forget your headphones, your battery dies, whatever it is. So I think at a gut level, we know how important it is for a workout. But there's now also 2 decades of information around physical performance and the fact that, you know, the right music can increase muscle endurance by 15% and decrease perceived exertion by 12%. So you're working harder, but it feels not as hard. But to answer your question around what works, it's entirely personal. And that's where, for our curators, the challenge comes in because it's very unique to you. It's what motivates you. and genre specific to your tastes as well.
And everybody's now got this different genre. I mean, we used to all listen to the same pop, radio station.
Yeah.
Everybody who lived in this city listened to this station. We all knew the same songs. With things like Spotify, where you can look up other people's playlists. I've got a favorite playlist called Have a Great Day or something like that, and another one's called Chill Sunday Morning or whatever. Some of those artists I had never heard of before, but then I'm like, hold on, I really like this.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, my musical tastes just absolutely run the gamut, not because I have great taste, but because I'm just exposed to so much.
Well, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. So Spotify has 40,000 tracks a day uploaded, 4 million artists on the platform. Yeah. And on average, a Spotify listener is exposed to 27 new artists a month. That's a lot of new music. And we've seen that trend over the last couple of years away from genre specific, which is a little bit of a holdover of maybe record store days where you walk in and you need to orient yourself. And now everything's at your fingertips. So what we're seeing now is more activity and mood-based playlists. So confidence boost on Spotify, for example, is pop, hip hop, R&B, dance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is a theme song as important to a team or a company's identity as their logo? I know GoDaddy just changed their logo because they've been trying to change a lot of things about themselves. But
yeah.
I'm just wondering, does that have a huge influence on what people think?
It can. So music creates more visceral connections than really any other medium. But I think there's a little bit of a lightning in a bottle factor, like United. So you have to have the right song, the right market environment, the right compelling product for it all to come together and really matter.
So in addition to United, I'm just curious,
yeah.
Which companies or teams do you think have like very good iconic sounds or themes
associated
with them?
Yeah, from an advertising campaign perspective, the early 2000s iPod silhouette ads are one that come to mind because it was so, the imagery was so iconic, but also the music that they brought in. So everyone still remembers "Are You Gonna Be My Girl" by Jet, and that pink or blue version of that particular commercial. But it was also, they brought in millions of new customers for Apple. So it was kind of right time, right place, and compelling music.
I remember
altogether.
Fratelli's song too.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
The other thing is, I think NBC does this.
We have the charts, and we've had that since the beginning.
Exactly. And you have
we'll never lose that.
Right. The NFL, NFL Sunday Night broadcast because they segue with like a 70s or 80s era music. It's always kind of from the same era, so it's kind of associated.
And it brings that nostalgia.
I
watched football with my dad when I was a kid, and that's so important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do have these. I was playing with the American Eagle app, and it's it's a clothing company, but inside the app itself, you have supplied music that I can listen to.
Yep.
And first of all, I'm not going to probably buy clothes off an app, but are you finding that younger people are listening to your music inside a retailer's app?
Believe it or not, that's what's happening. So they're a much younger demographic than we are here, but their target audience is sitting for half an hour on the weekend, favoriting looks, shopping, saving things for later, and listening to the soundtrack. And we've actually worked really closely with them to prove out the conversion improvement when music is integrated into the app. So you see people sticking around longer and purchasing more.
And when somebody adds something to their cart at exactly what song at exactly what point.
That's exactly right. Yep. And so we leverage that information to the retail environment as well. So feed that back to them around what motivates people and what their audience is really loving.
Katie Ruth.
Yeah.
So, how are you able to convince your fitness clients that you're providing added value? You said Mirror is one of your clients. Mm-hmm. How are you getting that data if people are at home if you don't know what Mirror is, it's one of those, it's on your wall and you're looking at it. I don't see how you're getting information from the user about their experience.
We're looking at traditional app metrics. So what's really important, particularly for SaaS fitness companies, is retention. Are you going to stick around? It's very competitive. And once you find a fitness app you love, 90% of users stick with one only. You're not hopping around. So we look at retention as our primary metric. And when music's integrated and personalized and sort of seamless with the workout, we find that so within 90 days, we can double retention for our users. So it really has a big impact on the bottom line.
Lauren, let me ask one last question, put you on the spot. You are a retired DJ of some fame.
Yeah.
What's the artist I should be listening to that I'm not?
I am a huge fan of Guts, which is a French hip hop producer.
G-U-T-S?
G-U-T-S. He's
All
a
right.
French hip hop producer, but he really embodies this post-genre ethos that we're talking about. So it's Afro pop and soul and disco and jazz, and all in this beautiful, fun, groovy melange.
Outstanding.
You should check it out.
Lauren Pufpaf of Feed FM. Thanks for being with us
Thank
this
you.
morning. Press Here will be back in just a minute.